Wonderboy! Pierre! What do you guys think? I mean, look, I realize the golden rule is the show must go on. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that my own hypocrisy apparently knows no bounds. Because I stand with Stephen. I stand with Thompson on this one. Thompson made a statement. He said, I hope that my actions will preclude somebody in the future from missing weight. I like it. It was condescending. It's what you would say to a 6-year-old. I thought it was beautiful. I really did. You got to understand a couple of things, okay? Wonderboy and Bo Nickel, there are some massive comparisons. Like there's things from an entertainment or the sport's got a little bit of edge. There's some things from a standpoint that you might want to change. They're not going to do it. And you want to know why? Because they were raised properly. Stephen Thompson is not going to come out and start cursing and start making demands and start throwing people under the bus because his father raised him not to. The exact same reason that Bo Nickel is not going to come out and start naming names and using profanity and showing up and throwing water bottles. Even if it would be good for his career, he's not going to disrespect his father who raised him differently. And I'm just bringing that to you because it's the truth. Look, Wonderboy Thompson has gone in every single fight he's had with an advantage. And the advantage was just a skill set that nobody else knew. Competitive, full contact, point karate. What other mixed martial artists have teased, have laughed at, have dismissed. He knew, he embraced, he sacrificed for. I tell you that because this fight was very different. Having that awkward style and having an understanding of karate and taking on an opponent who does the same thing. Now, physically, we won't know. We didn't see them fight. But mentally and emotionally, do you guys understand? This fight was different. This fight was different. And you take on a guy from that same community, I'm just sharing with you, the stakes have now changed. The audience doesn't see that. It's not promoted that way. There's no headlines. It's all internal, but it's there nonetheless. So when you have an opponent that doesn't make weight, what do you do? And the general consensus amongst you guys is, what difference does it make? It's 4 pounds. I don't disagree with you, but guess what? Neither is Stephen Thompson. That's not what this was about. This was about an honor and a respect that goes deeper than just this organization. It goes back to our roots, and you and I both know the deal, and you and I both know you can't do it. I mean, listen, if I was fighting somebody and they missed weight and I've been in this position, the show goes on, I understand that. I would feel very different if that person was a wrestler. As wrestlers, we don't miss weight. As fighters, they miss weight all the time. All the time. Fighters are nowhere near as disciplined and or as tough as wrestlers. Wrestlers will weigh in every single Friday night for an entire season and never miss weight. Not only will they not miss, they won't even see anybody miss. You won't even hear the words miss. It never happens. Broad stroke. Fighters got to do it 3 times a year and can't make the damn weight. I am sharing for you, if I was in Wonderboy's spot and I was taking on a fellow wrestler, it would bother me in a different way. It bothered him in a different way. And that way, by the way, is not an advantage that you have. The way that I speak to is the respect and the code. And if you're going to break this one, what else are you going to do that's against the agreement? It's a mind trick. It's a mess. And why should you have to walk into an environment like that when he's the one that caused it? I'm just sharing for you. It's a tough spot. That match got scrapped, and I don't know what they're going to do with it moving forward. I know what I hope. I don't get what I hope, by the way. Old Chael doesn't get his way very often. You know what I hope? I hope they do that same fight. They just move it a month. I'd be fine if they did it in Boston, quite frankly. I'd like to see those same 2 guys. Hey, Pierre, how much time do you need to get those 4 pounds off? Can we do a pound a week? Can we see you in Boston? Maybe not. Kick the can down the road. Maybe the calendar doesn't open up. Maybe there's not a spot. I'm just sharing for you. I would like to take that same match and do it again. I don't see any reason to split those 2 up. And if you were to split them up, I'm going to come to the interpretation that you're doing that to punish Stephen Thompson, who did break the golden rule. He stopped the show from going on. He did do that. Why should he be punished? Why would we punish him? I mean, what are you mad about? You mad about the Wonder Boy who's followed every rule in the history of rules and then some? Wanted to continue to follow the rules? I mean, that's what we're mad about? We're mad that he wanted to do things right? I'm just sharing for you. It's a very different perspective. Now, I don't know if you guys could hear that. My partner Ryan just weighed in. He said, hey, how's the pay work? I don't know how much I want to answer that question. I will tell you what the situation is. And the situation is, I don't know if I want to answer that question. I'll tell you the situation. The situation is they've offered $30,000 for his time. Now, I think you're going to be able to see all sides of that, right? Imagine that you had a plan for a job to be done. It could be anything. It could be you're repairing a chimney at your house. I mean, it could literally be anything. You have a very clear plan. You do what you said you were going to do, but at the end of the day, the chimney isn't there, but the guy would still want paid. And you kind of go, well, boy, we don't have the chimney the way we planned, but I do see that you got the bricks, and I see you got the mortar, and I see you're here, and I see you didn't schedule somebody else in the truck, and you brought your work. I mean, right, it's one of these situations where if you have the money, maybe we don't quite follow a hard business line. Maybe we could share a little bit. Where I come to you is this. And let me disclose, I'm very close with the nutritionalist, strength and conditioning side of Wonder Boy's camp, Tyler Mitten. Tyler has never shared inside information with me. I just shared that with you. But I do know how Tyler works. And I do know how those camps work, which is some kind of an agreement that is usually attached to your pay. Some type of a percentage agreement. There are other members of the camp that won't be sparring partners, just by example, right? Right here. Every round you do, here's your money, here's your cash, end of the night. I don't know what Wonder Boy's agreement is with this team, but whether he offered them a percentage or he offered them a flat rate, it was still to come out of the earnings that he was going to get. And now that work is done. Those guys traveled. Those guys trained, those guys prepared, those guys sacrificed, those guys did their job. And the situation we're at with Wonder Boy is, hey, we would like to give you $30,000 for your participation. And I just bring that to you to where I don't know where that will go. But those things can really affect a lot of things. And it puts you in a very tough spot. You want to be there for the team. You want to support the team. You want to take the 20%, let the team know they just got a bonus. It's what you want to do. There's also a code, and we don't know what Wonder Boy's past is. And he is too polite, to the point I was attempting to make earlier, through the honor that his father taught him about keeping your mouth closed. We'll never know. I mean, let me just give you guys an example. I'm making this up, but Wonder Boy goes out. Everything's going swimmingly in his career. Wonder Boy breaks into the top 10. Wonder Boy breaks into the top 5. Wonder Boy is close to being a number 1 contender. Wonder Boy has a big fight. The guy doesn't make weight. It bothers him. It keeps him up at night. He agrees to do it. He's going to do it anyway. He can't get it out of his head. For whatever reason, this is eating away at him. He goes out there. He performs poorly. He loses. The guy that broke the rule advances. He stumbles down and he swears to God to himself, I will never make that mistake again. Fast forward to last week, he's confronted with the exact same situation. Do I learn from the lessons of the past, or do I let somebody who violated a written and sworn agreement into a cage with me? It's an interesting situation. I hope that they do the rematch, but I will tell you, I stand with Wonder Boy.